Hello everyone. I hope everyone are doing well. From today, we are going to start our semester 1 MA English paper 1, that is English language history, structure and description. In this, there are 5 units and each unit has 3 lessons. So overall 15 lessons. From this, today we are going to start lesson number 1, theories of origin of language, Indo-European family of languages and its branches, and also Grimm's law. So before going to the lesson, we just have objectives from this lesson, what you're going to learn. The origin of language, you will explore the foundational journey of the language. Then comes the early theories, and you will understand relationship between physical action and spoken communication. Indo-European tree, where you will learn about Indo-European language family. So these are the objectives of the lesson. So we just have a definition of language. What is a language? It allows of further expression of thought, emotions, and complex ideas, distinguish humans from other species. Of course, animals communicate through the sounds, but humans communicate through a language. It can be any language. A famous psychologist is also a linguist, and Chomsky said that a language is a set of sentences, each finite in length and constructed out of a finite set of elements. He also said that in our brain we have a machine kind of a thing which already it works like a lad. Now you are maybe confusing what is meant by lad. Lad is nothing but language acquisition device. So he states that Noam Chomsky says that this language acquisition device is already innate in human brains. And Rita Mae Brown, this person says that language is the roadmap of a culture. It tells you where its people come from and where they are going to. In our India, if we have an example, in our India, the national language is Hindi, and each state has its own dialect. So our language automatically reflects our culture. I hope you are getting this. Now let's go for the theories of language. The first theory is my favorite one, which is Bow Wow theory. The Bow Wow theory suggests that early humans words were imitations of natural sounds like animal calls or sounds from nature. Now, if you look at the picture, for example, a word for dog might have originated from the sound a dog makes, such as bow wow. In the same way, if you take a cat, it will be meow, right? So, language began as imitations of natural sounds like moo, choo choo, crash. It can be a buzz, it can be a meow. So, this is more technically referred to as onomatopoeia. Now, you might be wondering what is onomatopoeia, right? It is nothing but a word that is phonetically imitates, or it's like resembles to the sound that it describes. Now, the next theory is poo poo theory. Language began with interjections, instinctive emotive cries such as oh, ow, heary, ouch for pain. So this theory is like an emotional exclamations. The poo-poo theory suggests that human language originated from involuntary exclamations. We don't voluntarily say hooray. It's like when you're happy, automatically from your inner self, these sounds come. And this theory states that From these sounds, the language has grown in a long way. And while this theory highlights the role of emotional expression, it struggles to explain the development of more complex linguistic structures such as grammar and abstract concepts. But on a base level, it suggests that poo-poo theory is like an emotional exclamations. The next theory is ye he ho theory. This is also like you can relate this ye he ho theory to the ding dong theory, which comes after this theory. You will be knowing about ding dong theory. Both are like similar, they are like related to each other. Language began as a rhythmic chants, perhaps ultimately from the grunts of heavy work. Now if you look at the picture, the early humans were doing some kind of a heavy work collaboratively, and while doing that, automatically from your what say mouth, you'll get some sounds like a ho. They are from this stage the language has developed. This theory states that like language from a collective labor. This theory suggests that language emerged from a rhythmic sounds. Whenever you're doing a work, there will be a rhythm to and fro. So while doing this, you will have some sounds, inner sounds like grunts and groans. And they are synced to the actions like lifting up or pulling. And from this, they might have evolved into meaningful words, as people associated sounds with actions like with themselves. Next comes the ding dong theory. Previously, I have said you people that ding dong theory and ye he ho theory both are related to each other. Some people, like including the famous linguist Max Muller, have pointed out that there is a rather mysterious correspondence between sounds and meanings. So, there is a relation. Small, sharp, high things tend to have words with high front vowels in many languages, while, like a very big, round, low things tend to have round back vowels. So, whatever the sound, it reflects with the vowels. It's nothing but. This theory also known as natural resonance because it is always associated with the natural sounds like a waves, all that things. It also suggests that certain objects or actions naturally evoke specific vocal expressions. Like for example, just now I said you, small sounds may have high pitched while large sounds are also low pitched. Now if you people understand like small sounds may have high pitched, like words like boom, meow, or like a splash, the sounds reflects the idea of high pitch and low pitch. This theory suggests that. Next comes, and the last theory is gesture theory. We are very familiar with this theory because while speaking, most of the people use gestures. Your hands move whenever you are silent, and whenever you want to communicate with the other person, you will have some gesture. You will have like a signs. Gestures are nothing but. So this theory was advanced actually by William Wannent and later restated by Sir Richard Paget in his book Human Speech. According to him, earliest method, like the oldest methods of communication, was signs and gestures made with the hands. After so long, it developed through some small sound, then the language has started. So the gesture theory states that the earliest, like the oldest way of communication is through gestures. It also proposes that human language originated from the gestures and mimetic movements predating spoken language. After that, we had a language. As humans developed more complex social structures, the need for more efficient communication led to vocalization, supplementing and eventually replacing the gestures. It is nothing but you can't like communicate the whole thing or the whole scenario through the gestures. We need a communication, we need a way of communication, which is the language. You need to have a language to communicate with the other person. Then it was like developed. This theory is supported by some observations of ape communication and the neurological links between our speech and hand movements in humans. Now, if you see, even though I'm speaking, I'm explaining to you people, my hands are moving still, and it's involuntary. So, there is a link between our speech and hand movements in humans. This is it. I hope you all got these theories. In the next class, we will be seeing Indo European family of languages and its branches. I hope you liked it. Thank you.